Welcome.
Welcome,
Hello.
everybody. Here we are. We are so excited. We're here at the
Get down and dirty. Talking art.
That's right. On the coolest WJZZ, Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. And we're streaming live on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope. Please like, share, subscribe, and comment. And please share a lot. This is Calibri. And I'm Debbie. And we have our guest.
First guest, Mr. Nathan Spratt. How you doing, Nathan?
Hello, everyone. How are you guys?
Wonderful, wonderful. Real quick, I just want to make a correction because with Periscope, some things happen with Twitter. So it's Twitter Live now that owns Periscope.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yeah, so Twitter Live.
Yes.
Yep. Here, getting down and dirty, talking art with Calibri the artist, Debbie LaPratt. First artist guest.
That's right. We are
honored
so
to have
excited.
Mr. Nathan Spratt.
And we're in Nathan right now. Let's tell them where you are. You're remotely where?
I am remotely in Markle, Indiana, which is probably 150, 120 miles north of Indianapolis. I just got done with delivering some vehicles. I'm a truck driver that drives throughout the Midwestern part of the United States, and you can find me just about anywhere besides home.
Well, I actually think that's very interesting, and I'm actually glad you pointed out that you're a truck driver. First, I want to point out this is some of Nathan's work here, right in the background here. We'll get to see a few pieces behind him as well.
So excited.
But you pointed out that you are a truck driver, your day job. And most of us have studios that we get to be glued to, and you paint these fabulous pieces.
That was my question.
From the road.
Are you on the road and painting? I could see him driving down the thing and doing go. Or he's pulling up and he's painting.
No, I think DOT would really get me if I was painting. No, actually, at the end of my day, I kind of set up. I kind of set up shop at whatever hotel that I'm at. I have my stuff, my paint supplies, and it's funny. People that know me and see me frequently, they know I'm getting ready to go back to the truck after I bring my bags in with my clothes and toiletries and stuff like that. I'm going back to the truck another time, and I'm getting the canvas out, my bag with my paint supplies and all that type of stuff. And I just get to the hotels, and I actually I've done it so long. I've rediscovered my art 5 years ago, and that's been my 5 year right now routine. Well, going into 6 years now, and that's what I've been doing. I do when I get home, but the majority of the artworks, I would say probably 90% of the artworks that you've seen me post or that you've seen in shows that I've been in have been created actually in the hotels across the Midwest.
Cool. How about telling us your website or your Facebook? So if somebody wants to maybe check out your work, it's a great opportunity.
Yeah, it is a great opportunity, and I am happy to have this opportunity too. I have to thank all of you guys on the other end there. My website just was created. It's been about 1.5 years in the making. My goal was to end last year with my website up, and I did get it up. It's Norman Nathan. Oh heck, what is it?
It's .com. I only know that because Melody Summers did plug.
Yeah, you put both names together, Norma, Nathan, two names. And the story behind the two names is I was a twin. I was born a twin. I'm what you call a womb survivor. My twin sister, she passed away 15 hours after birth. So that's always been a hole in my heart that I've lived with, just something that's been a void in my life. So that's my way of just honoring my sister. I started my artwork, Norma Nathan. People do see that, my signature. My email is norma.nathanstudios@gmail. And I use Norma Nathan on just about everything. I forgot. Hold on.
All right.
You guys know I love jazz, and WJZZ is in my DNA from coming up as a kid. A lot of people that came up in that era know WJZZ, and it's always been a wonderful station, and we all miss it, and it's good to see it coming back. And a lot of my artwork is really synonymous with with WJZ and the Jazz, and I kind of point
Hey,
Look at you.
jazz.
Yeah.
and make sure when you're driving, and even for viewers too, tune into WJZZ Detroit Jazz to be able to listen to the music and everything, and because it's nice, it's a nice mellow vibe, and it's true jazz.
Yeah.
It,
It's on the it's all internet based.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So
it,
Thank
that
you,
is so
Nathan.
cool. We love
Now,
that.
with that,
yeah.
I do want to get into.
Well, we're gonna toast
Well,
to the
sure,
arts.
let's go ahead and
We're gonna
toast.
toast.
Start the show.
This is our little tribute. We
Uh-huh.
do Estrovia,
Estrovia.
which means I'm not even sure, but I just know it means Estrovia, and we just kind of listen
Dig
to the
in.
arts.
Cheers. I wanted to get into you with that, WJZZ Jazz Detroit. I know you have coined yourself as jazz art, and why don't you tell us, if you don't mind, a little bit about yourself and your art, and what got you involved in it?
Yeah, and what made you go to painting jazz? That's
Yeah.
just I think it's cool.
well, again, WJZZ, I remember back in the day, I must have been probably 13 or 14, probably when the station came out in Detroit. So it just became something that kind of defined us as Detroiters during that time. You were cool if you was listening to WJZZ. WJZZ just gave us a lot. I remember me myself. I can remember seriously doing art as far back as probably 6 years old. I really can. I never really pursued it, and I never, even though people loved what I'd done from a kid on through up into my 20s, was probably when I kind of got away from art because life just began to happen. And when you're a 20-year-old, you kind of do more things than just art. You
Right.
yep, having a good time.
Just
We had the jazz festivals and all of those type of things like you guys are talking about bringing back, and I can't wait for that. So jazz just was one of those type of things that got, like I said, it became part of my DNA. We love the way the jazz musicians dress. Of course, the music just got into your soul. And oh man, I tell you one thing, I'll never forget hearing Al Jarreau. WJZZ just kind of introduced a lot of these artists to us, but I'll never forget Al Jarreau on WJZZ singing "Take Five." And oh man, that was just something different. That dude he just kicked that song off with his scatting. It wasn't even kind of scatting. We don't know what Al Jarreau was doing, but it was cool. So I think my art is just a lot of us as artists, we just kind of create what's inside of us, what we're inspired by. We express ourselves, and that is a large part of what I just express. Inside of myself, and it's the music. Of course, the Motown. I know you guys have seen some of the Motown themes that I've done too, but jazz is just the power feeling in me. And it's Detroit. It's Detroit jazz.
So
And
you were born in Detroit? Were you born here in the city?
oh yeah, I was born in
I kind
61.
of thought, I just want to double check.
Yep, I was born in 61. I grew up
Yeah.
on the east side. I'm a jungleer. I'm a southeastern jungleer from 1979. We got some jungleers out there rocking that purple and white. Do it.
So when did you get back into now? What you said you just got back into painting? Was it about 6 years ago?
Yep. It
What
was
inspired you to do it again?
just by chance. It was a lady friend of mine that I was with at the time, and I remember her getting a couple of dresses for her youngest daughter. Of course, fashion. That was always one of those things with us with Detroit. And I liked it art, I liked the fashions. And it seems like a lot of artists, they kind of, those are the two things that kind of go together. And I remember her buying a couple of dresses for her young daughter for a debutante ball or something like that they were having. And she was asking me, she said, "Nate, I know I love my daughters too, just as much as I do, and they're not yours. But if they were yours as a father figure, which one of these two you would like?" and one was kind of like a Cinderella ball gown, and the other one was kind of. That's all I'm gonna say. And so, as a father, you know what we gonna say, like, you put her in that doggone Cinderella gown, she ain't wearing that one. But she had already asked her what she wanted to wear, so it wasn't no going back to the Cinderella one. But I told her, I said, you know what? Let me get a piece of paper and sketch out something because we could kind of add to it, and it could still look nice, and I'm pretty sure you like it. And I began to sketch some little things to do with the dress, and that was kind of the beginning of it. And at the time, and as I still am thinking about retirement, which isn't that far off. I was thinking about what I wanted to do after I retire, and I said, you know what? I remember I used to love fashion. Maybe I will get into fashion illustration, and that was what kind of began it. It seems like after that, I was drawing a lot of fashion illustrations and showing them to friends, and then I wanted to color them. And see, I'm the paintings that I'm doing right now. I never painted before. I
You
always did.
never painted before?
Yep, I never painted before. I always did pencil drawings and things like that because I never had any direction or any guidance to move forward with the art, the things that I was creating. And I just enjoyed creating. I just enjoyed drawing and doodling and stuff like that. And I thought I would go and take a paint class and learn how to do colors and stuff like that. And from that point on, I'll tell you, from that point on, it just grew and grew. And I got people start telling me, Nate, you ought to get your stuff out there. And I didn't know how. I didn't know how. But I began to, how we do. We just kind of start once you get connected with one person, it seems like in this community, it just blows up. You just get to know more and more
And
and
Nathan,
more.
I'm sorry. We have to take a few second
hold that
break.
thought.
So just hold that thought. Don't go anywhere.
All
Okay?
right.
Okay. All right. You want to do it? Go ahead.
Sure. Commercial break.
It's a commercial break.
Everyone. You're watching Get Down and Dirty Talking Art with Debbie LaPratt, Calibri the artist. We'll be right back. Watching us on WJZZ Cool TV, the coolest station in the world. Hold that thought.
Yeah. And we're streaming live on Facebook. Is it
Facebook, Twitter Live,
Twitter Live,
Twitch, and
Periscope.
and well, yeah.
Yeah. And please like and share and comment. Okay, we're back. That was our commercial break.
Yes. You were saying, basically the word of mouth networking to be able to build the art business. Essentially, is that right?
Yeah, yep. And that's one of the really wonderful things that has come into my life with the art that I love the most. I love the art. Don't get me wrong. I love the art tremendously. I love expressing myself and I love sharing it. I love enjoying other people's art, their journey, and I learn from them. But the biggest thing is just the friendships I've gotten, like you guys yourself. Just really, artists are really wonderful people, and I wish I had have gotten into art when I was a kid. I wish I would have had pursued it. Who knows where I would be right now, as well as the friends that I would have. But now it's happening. It's happening late in life, and I am enjoying every bit of it. And then look what happens. I'm here on WJZZ Cool TV talking art.
We are so excited to have you. Yeah, it's like especially you're such a perfect fit because you're jazz,
Yeah.
and you're cool and you got great art. So we got it all together.
All right, all right. See, that's what I'm talking about. Friends tell you stuff like that.
I mean, because it's true. It's true. I mean, you're on well, just because of your personality, and I mean, the artwork is absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
But like Debbie says, it holds true to you, and you crank out so many pieces. Oh my God! Like
I know, I want them all.
you have so many, and the exhibits, it's really just hard to even keep up. I it seems as though you've been painting just for your entire life. It's very
Yes,
hard to
yes.
believe that you're just now. I mean, I know that the talent has been there, and you've been an artist. You are an artist, but
Yeah,
now working in this field for the last few years, how, I mean, do you find any challenges with
Yeah.
creating such a body of work, or Is it like the backup from all of the years of not painting coming out?
It's just all coming out. It's like,
You know what? I believe that's what it is. I believe that's what it is. I believe now, as well as the life that I've lived, the many years I've lived. A lot of that is coming out too. But I do believe it's just it's been there for so long and inside me, and now I'm expressing it. I have a whole lot to express, and I have a life experience to express too. And I think that's what it is. I've been doing earlier on. Like I said, I started in 2015, and from 2015 to probably 2018, believe it or not, I was doing something every single day. If I wasn't painting, I was doodling. But most of the times, I was painting every single day. I really was.
Wow.
I kind of started slacking up in 2019. And I remember some people telling me how they get into a funk. They get into a funk.
yeah.
Creating thing. And I was like thinking, am I getting into a funk? And I wasn't getting into a funk because I still was doing my little doodles. I was still doing my little sketching. I still had this creativity inside me. I just was tired. Because I realized that's what it was, because I work. I drive 4 to 5 and sometimes 600 miles a day.
Day.
A day. Yep. When I've been driving 31 years now. I've been driving a truck for 31 years now, and I can say, woohoo! I got 3 million miles of safe driving that I'm really proud to always brag.
Great record. Congratulations. Do you ever
Yeah.
show your art, like if you're out and about? Let's say you're in the hotel. Do you ever like say, "Hey, look what I made," or anything like that? Or
Oh man, yeah. A lot of there's a lot of hotels that I frequent a lot of times. Most of the times I try to pick my loads going out to Iowa or Wisconsin. So there are some hotels like the one I'm in right now here in Marco. This is one, and they do know me here. So often when they see me come in at night, they can't wait till the boarding time to say, Nate, what did you do? What did you do?
I love it.
And sometimes I sell stuff.
I was going to ask
These
you.
days with COVID, I'm sorry.
I was going to ask you. Do you ever sell anything like when you're on the road or anything
I,
like
I
that?
do. I'd sell a lot on the road. Sometimes right here in the morning when I get up. Well, now with COVID, everybody's in and out, and they're not kind of hanging around.
Right.
But back in the day, they had the breakfast room, and of course the staff they would want to see what I'm doing, and then there could be some people in the breakfast room. I'll show it to them.
Cool.
Show about artwork. Sometimes I'm at the fuel pump. As a truck driver, we never say gas. We say
Okay. Oh, we didn't know that. Okay, well, we learned something. That's cool.
Yep. Oh man, trucking is a whole nother lifestyle that goes on up underneath what people know. It is a whole nother world. It really is. That goes on right by you when you see those trucks going by. We're in another world. We really are. But we do keep America moving. We really do.
Good for you guys.
But
Thank you.
yeah, yep. And it's been a career that I have loved and still do love. I still do, and it's wonderful to be looking forward to transitioning into something else that I love, and I think I love even more than what I do right now, and I really love what I do right now. It's I'm a happy guy. That's what I
Art
can.
is always an outlet. And whenever I see you, a lot of times it's in party mode, from at least where where I stay, and that's kind of like the little art spot, So you're like,
Yeah.
hey, I'm not banging. I'm in the art spot. It's always like the party after the work. I know you said that you love what you do, but it's like art is the party.
Yeah.
It really is. It really is. I get over that way sometimes when I'm in and hang out with my boy Angelo and the fellas, and they're in the back, painting stuff. You're right. When you get together, and that's what I love that I have found with this art community. It's just some cool people, and we love. They're really supportive people. There's not like the people we can't mess around with in this other life, I guess I could say. It's like art is a whole nother community.
It
And
is. It is.
there's some great people. You can meet some really wonderful friends, the type of people you connect with because you have this bond of of sharing your inner creativity. You know, we speak through our art. We express ourselves with our art, and we really understand each other like no one else do. And I think that's what makes us special for to one another.
Yeah. Do you listen to the jazz when you're painting? Are you jamming out the jazz
Uh,
when you're painting?
you know what? Sometimes I do. Earlier on, I did all the time. It kind of kept me going. These days, I may or may not. I may or may not. I sometimes when I get off the road, I just kind of want to create, and I'm kind of in that zone. And then I'll call up one of my friends. We up at 3-4 at the border, believe it or not.
Oh, well, don't be calling us
I
at that time.
believe it. No,
I bet you are.
And we'll hit each other up and show, you know, what we're doing, get each other's advice and things like that. But sometimes I'm glad you said that because it's been a while since I throwed on some jazz. You know, I do sometimes I could come up with a title and it will wind up reminding me of a song, or it might be one of those jazz songs. And I said, let me go ahead and put on some what's my man Cannonball? What's his name? Cannonball. I love that tune. I I know Roger know who I'm talking about.
Yeah,
Say
Roger probably
Roger
gonna come running in and tell us in a minute.
saying that. That's a fictional guy.
But,
The
uh,
jazz.
yep, I do love listening to music. But we got, you know, a lot of us like listening to music and all things that.
Oh yeah.
So we know that it usually a lot of times music will inspire the piece, or at least the flow of energy that goes into the piece. And I
Yeah,
think yours, you do jazz art, but you do a lot of different. It feels jazzy. Jazz is a music. It's just kind of
yeah,
being,
yeah,
but
yeah.
Jazz
do all
movement.
different kinds of pieces, whether it's love, whether it's
Yes.
I have one based on the Tuskegee Institution. You really do have a lot
Oh
of depth
yeah, yeah.
into
That's right. That's
that.
right. Yeah, I was you know, you just Google things and somehow I wound up there, and I saw that statue that's there at the Tuskegee University.
Mhm.
And it really touched me. It really did. And I just kind of started sketching it and it just went on and on and on. And then that's when I got into that mode. And it turned into a piece. And that's like my 1619 series that I've been working on. Well, it's been a while since I've done stuff, but I'm always doodling things out. So I will probably at some point in time you'll probably just see me kicking out a whole bunch of 1619s that you'll be seeing. As a matter of fact, a lady purchased one last week that made me feel like, hey, I've got to get back into that 1619 thing,
Yeah,
you
I
know.
love the
What
But
is
1619.
19? I don't think I've seen it. Or...
Nathan, could you please
Can you
explain the
explain it?
1619 series for our
okay,
viewers?
okay. Nicole, it's a lady, Nicole, I can't think of her last name, but she works with the um, New York Times, I think it is. And she did a project, and it was called the 1619. 1619 was the year that the first African enslaved people, somebody really, not necessarily checked me, but gave me the correct way to uh, say who the Africans were. They weren't, because a lot of times they're called African slaves, and they weren't. They were Africans who were enslaved, and I'm glad she told me that. So it was the year the first enslaved Africans that were brought here through Goree Island into I think that was what part of Virginia that was. But it was the year that the first African enslaved people were brought here, and over 400 years ago. And you think about that, you know, and it really kind of
Big part of history.
And I think
yeah,
it's wonderful with
Wow.
it's
art. We say that a lot of times you have a duty to. Well, a lot of times people will even compare ourselves to like journalists, in a way, because you have a almost a duty sometimes to tell a story,
Yeah.
or document
Yeah.
to
Because
document.
documenting things.
Sometimes words are not received well, or just different interpretations. And you really do a wonderful job at telling such a painful story for a lot of people,
Yeah.
or a painful truth in a very eloquent way. It's really received beautifully. And I mean, check out the series. Everybody, check it out.
I'm gonna have to go check it out.
Bazillion pieces in the series because he cracked me up.
Well, there's more. There's many more that's going to come out. Like I said, I'm always sketching stuff, and we when we get dispatched, we have our copies of what our load copies are. That's what it's called, and there are multiple copies. And there's this one pink one on the bottom, and I'm always doodling on that pink one. So, and I'll rip it out and I'll put it in my little box of sketches of things that I'm going to paint at some point in time. And I hear about people that, like, again, I was saying how some people get into a funk, and I said, you know what? I don't care if I do get into a funk and I can't think of nothing to paint. I got a lot of doodles to reach and grab and paint, but I do have a whole lot of 1619s that I have yet to create, and I'm looking forward to getting back into them. I've just I'm busy. I really am busy, and I love doing it. And while I'm doing something, or even sometimes before I'll start doing something, I got my mind on something else.
Yeah, an artist. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, as well as there's some pieces that I will be in the process. I posted up a piece yesterday that I was explaining that I had started in 2017, and beautiful piece. But I got to a point in creation that I really wanted this piece to be perfect. I really did, at least as perfect as I felt my skill level could do. And I knew hands are one of those type of things that are kind of a challenge. I can draw them good, and I didn't know, pencil drawing, I could draw. I've always had. So I didn't even know that hands were a challenge for artists. Some friends of mine were telling me that, and then it began to be more of a problem for me when I began to realize.
Hold that thought.
Hold that thought. We have
got to take a pause real quick to remind our viewers that you're tuning in to Getting Dirty. Get Dirty, talking art.
On the coolest, on the coolest TV station, it's WJZZ, the coolest station in the world.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
With Debbie LaPratt
and Calibri Harris.
And we're here live
with Nathan
Spratt.
And we're streaming on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Periscope, and
Twitter Live.
Please like, share, and comment.
Yeah.
The more you like, share, and comment, the more we will grow. We want everybody to know about getting down and dirty art, getting down and dirty talking art.
Yes, and tap. We're looking for sponsors. We're looking for money. We need money for the arts.
That's right.
To be able to showcase artists. But once again, we're here with Nathan Spratt. You were talking about, and oh my God, this piece is so beautiful. I know the one that you're talking about. So you said you've been working since 2017.
Yeah.
Please tell us about it, because what I love in particular about it is it's the colors are, to me, a bit different than what I've seen. I know you play with different colors, but with this one, it really is bold, and it brought me to tears. I was in
my God, that's so cool.
So could you tell us a bit more, or continue with that story behind this piece?
Yeah, yep. That was a time. I still do like working with metallics. Two mediums that I have been working with. One is acrylics, and recently pastel, and I love pastels. Oh man, pastels. I tried pastels 2 years ago, and I was having some problems with it, but I knew it was going to be my go-to medium, and I just loved the way it was blended. But if I ran my hand, once I kind of was reaching over for something, and my sleeve just went across it, just destroyed everything. So metallic pastels, it just, I was like, how do I work with this mess here? And
no pastels. I have a question. Is that pastel painting, or is that chalk, or what is that? Can you explain to people who is not in the art world, they would understand what a pastel is?
Okay, I wish I had some with me, because most of the times I do. But you do have pastel chalks. They're sticks, and there are also some other type of pastels. It's kind of like a waxy. They call oil pastels.
Okay.
So there are different types. You got pastel pencils also. I've been learning a whole lot. I would say I'm self-taught, and YouTube has helped me out tremendously. It really has. When I have things that I'm kind of thinking about, or what it is, how to work with it, how to manipulate it, and things like that, I go to YouTube. And back to the pastels, when I worked with it for the first time, and I just was having some issues with it, I just said, you know what, I'm gonna put it to the shelf, and I'll revisit this another time, because I had been working with the acrylics and things were going really good. I just somehow wanted to try pastels. Now I kind of want to try watercolors. That's something I want to.
Ooh.
I don't know when I'm going to do that.
Ooh, that should be
I would,
very
uh, but again, back to that painting. I started in 2017, and I was working with the acrylics, and I loved the metallic colors. So I really hadn't been one to blend. I'm just beginning to start blending colors. I work with them right out of tube, and bam, just do what I do. But now I'm learning, it's kind of cool. I'm just kind of getting there. I'm starting to blend some colors in the process of executing what I do. So there's just been a period of growth through the time, and I like that. When I was doing that piece, I just got to a point. What was really important was the eyes. I really wanted those eyes to be kind of piercing and looking at you and just taking you. And so that at that time was what I was mostly focusing on doing. And I felt my skill level at that time was good enough to pull it off. And I was happy I did. uh,
Tell
the
us
other
the
colors.
title of it and who it is, because we're describing it. And I feel like the build up is there.
yeah.
Yes, it is. We're gonna build it up. We're gonna build it up to the ending of it. But I had done, the hair. That was looking good. I really liked it the way I had pulled out the facial features, the lips, even the coloration of the lips. That just I just really wanted to pull this off. It was in my mind. And I had seen other artworks, studied them like we do. We study each other, and
Oh
we
yeah.
that too. And I was looking at some YouTube videos, and I was getting some pointers, some good ones. And those hands, I said, man, hands are something else. A lot of us, and you see me right now, I'm talking with my hands. A lot of hands do a lot of, gesturing, and they mean something, and they can be a great part of the depiction that you're trying to pull off. You may see my jazz stuff, and there's certain parts of that to me have to be right. The pose have to be right, the hand gestures, the head movement or not, or whatever, the tilt of the head, maybe the tilt of the shoulder. All of those type of things for me is strategic and meaningful when I'm doing a composition. And those hands, I knew I needed them to do and say what it needed to say. And I didn't know what to do or how to do it. So it sat for a long time. Like I said, it's been 4 years in the making with that particular piece. I got it out of the garage many times, looked at it, studied it, and said, okay, how am I going to have his hands? Am I going to have them out? Am I going to have them this way? But I wanted to make sure it was going to say a powerful thing, because I wanted to be a powerful piece. And after I got it done, uh, night before last, I got in off the road. I had been gone for about 5 days. Got in, and for some reason, I went to the garage, and I pulled this piece out. I pulled this piece out right here, because there's still some things I want to finish on that one. And that one I started. I don't have that one dated, but I think I started that piece in 2019. But excuse me. But that piece, I just knew it was time to do it. And I knew I could pull off what I wanted to pull off. I knew my skill level had got there. And I went to the bathroom and I took some pictures of my hands. I was going
love it.
and if I could do it, that's what I'm going to do. So I took a picture of the right hand and the left hand. I'm not sure if I'm saying the right one to the right, to the left one, or the but I did. I got my gel pen out. I did a little sketch of where, because I wanted, of course, the size had to
Right.
be, the right size. I've done some paintings where I looked at it later on, and I'm like, man, I got this big old dude with these little big hands. So my proportions, that was growth. That was growth. I remember doing a piece once before, and I looked back at it, and I had a side profile of a lady. I think she was praying, and I had her ear all the way up here. So I've been growing, and I've been learning more and getting better. And when I got in that night, I knew I was ready to pull that piece off. I knew I was, and it didn't even take that long. And of course, I had his hands out, kind of like that, and it's Jesus. It's a black Jesus, and he's got his hands out. You could see like a watery ness in the background, and I have the cross kind of going down in the water, and putting the hole in the hands. That to me was the kicker of the whole thing. But the gesture was he was letting you know that it's been final. What he was here to do is finally done, and that was the piece there. And it was funny because I said to myself, "Whoo, it's finally done," because I was just thinking to myself, it's been 4 years. I finally done it. And then I looked at the piece again and I got goosebumps and I was thinking, wow, that's what he must have felt.
Now, where could somebody do you have that piece online at all that anybody might be able to see it?
Yeah, it's on my Facebook page. As a matter of fact, right now I have it as my cover photo.
Oh, okay. I know which one it is. I've seen it. Yes.
Yeah, Nathan Spratt. I live in Grand Blanc, Michigan. If you're on Facebook or you're looking to find me on Facebook, I'm Nathan Spratt. The Nathan Spratt that lives in Grand Blanc, Michigan. But if you see that particular cover photo, you would not miss it.
Oh, I did. I remember it.
It almost, it's choking me up now, because even that gesture, I didn't ask any questions about it. He showed the picture, and it just kind of it moved. It when you see it, it does move you.
Yeah.
And especially it's perfect. Even when you doing it like that, it looks like the picture, but it does. It feels like a welcoming, and what grabbed me was his eyes.
Yes.
But I love that it's so bold. Usually you don't see Jesus depicted in such a bold manner. Or even if it is black Jesus, it's like Afrocentric black Jesus with the just, you don't really get that. It's love. The whole picture feels like
amazing,
love.
Amazing
You really do convey that emotion.
It's
and that
powerful.
Piece.
Very powerful.
Very powerful.
It's really like look at it and you go, wow.
Yeah.
You got to look again and you go, yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah, it is. I'd like to sell reprints of that one. I think I'm gonna hold on to that original for a little while. Unless
I think you should.
Yeah.
I don't think personally it belongs in any one collection. I do think that's a piece that many different people should enjoy.
Yes. Yeah.
Because it's needed. It feels what you're trying to convey, like it's done. It almost feels like welcome, like almost like a hug.
Yeah.
I need it. Everybody needs it. Everybody needs Jesus.
That's right.
Yeah. And that's when I had got back, rediscovered my art, and I was so happy to have rediscovered it, and then to begin to see what I was actually doing. Like I said, I had never painted actually. But to begin to, after I would do whatever I'd done, and knowing I needed to grow more, but feeling fine with that. But I was just happy to be doing what I was doing, and I just felt happy that I had rediscovered that talent, and people began to tell me how good it was, and that I was gifted, and that felt good. And I know when you're given a gift, you're given a gift by Christ. And I began to feel like I just want to use the art to glorify and magnify Christ. So that's really what I really want to do most of the times. But for some reason, WJZZ is in my DNA, and it always.
It's okay.
Music.
I feel like maybe the Lord is having patience with me, and I'm going to keep on growing with my skill level, and then I probably will begin to create more spiritual pieces, because I just really feel strong about that, because I feel blessed to have the talent, and it's self-taught. I would like to take more classes. When I retire, I hope to maybe go back. I ain't gonna say go back to school. I ain't been to school, but I would like to explore more of the academic parts of art. I really would, and grow more.
Um, I don't like the term, well, because now there's a term called outsider art, and even
never
self
heard that.
taught. It's an industry term.
Okay.
But I always felt like well, because I'm tech self taught as well, but I
So
don't
am
like.
I.
I prefer the term God given. If anything,
Yes.
you are an artist. If that's what you are and you were born to do it, and that's what you're doing. I don't need anybody to pay me to teach me how to do it. This is what I do.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
me.
Yeah,
And I think a lot of times for people that aren't familiar with artists or just whatever on the outside looking in, they need that degree basically to prove that you learned it from somebody else that got it from God anyway.
Yeah.
Usually.
I think the self-taught artists are much more powerful.
Yeah.
And they're more willing to like experiment with different things. They're not like, I feel that, I mean, there's nothing wrong with going to school for art, but I really feel that when you're a self-taught art, I think you just kind of experiment in everything. You just kind of open your mind is open, and you're just kind of like,
more in tune. It's coming through you, as opposed to you trying to figure out what to do. Anyone can learn technique. I teach art. I teach art. I can teach anybody how to draw a straight line. I mean, that's that's practice, and that's we can learn technique.
Yeah.
It's hard to learn how to bring something or express something that's coming through you. That's something you can never ever teach.
It's coming from your soul. It's coming from your inner, and it just comes
Mm.
out.
It's not
your
even
love for
self-taught,
whatever.
it's just a gift.
Yes.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. I really do. I think that's when I first rediscovered my.
Wait, we got a station break again. I'll let you do this one.
Again, just reminding our viewers, thank you for tuning in to Get Down and Dirty Talking Art with Debbie LaPratt, Calibri the artist. We're live, streaming live right now from Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Lord, Twitch, and Twitter Live. So make sure you like, subscribe, share, and comment. We're tuning in with Nathan Spratt. I just want to give a quick shout out to Patricia Baker. She said, "Hey Nathan, my favorite artist and BFF."
Patricia.
That's my girl. That's my she is the go-to
get a chance. She welcomes you, but I did see a few pieces in her collection. One I wanted to steal, but she said she stole it off your wall.
We're gonna have to go to his house and steal a couple pieces.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful work, Nathan. Beautiful.
Oh, yes. Again, I have met some of the most wonderful friends in all my life. Just recently, people. One of my friends said, people kind of come and go. People are here. Some people are here for a season. Some people for a reason, and there are some people that you just know, even though we aren't a part of each other's everyday lives all the time, but whenever we do get together, it's like it was the last time, and like we didn't miss it or skip a beat.
Never miss that beat.
That's what I like. That's really what I like. And I've met, like you guys, just some really wonderful people, and connect so warmly and so welcomingly, and love learning from you guys. And it's just great. It's just been a wonderful part. You guys have been a wonderful part of my life at this point, and I'm looking forward to living long right with you guys.
Living large.
Yeah, there you go. Living long and living large.
Yes.
But back to the school thing. I feel like I'm at a good. I'm glad I'm where I'm at right now in the level of maturity and age that I am, proposed to if I had got right into it in my 20s after high school and things like that, because then I think I would have been shaped and molded in that academic way. I've heard many times where a lot of artists have said that they went to school and they had to unlearn something.
That's interesting.
And I really feel like the things that I learned through YouTube and friends and things like that, I just kind of know, I know what I want to create from my heart and soul, but I also know what I'm looking for and how to, I'm just looking for how to execute it. And I think that's the difference from now and the way I would have been. I don't think I would have turned out where I am right now if I had learned academically 30, 40 years ago. I think I would have been more of an academic. I see people that are academic paint some beautiful things, but like you said, you don't feel, you enjoy the visual, but from us that are gifted and self-taught, you feel something deep within when you see that
You can
piece.
look at it and you can
Like
tell.
Ian Grant says, he calls it creating from the belly. And I love it when he says,
I like that.
yeah, I love it when he says that. And that's, when he said it, I knew exactly, you know, those of us that are self-taught, that's what we do. We pull it from the belly. And so when I say I'd like to go to
5 years to do it.
Yeah.
I only say that because you could have always slapped something, you know, with the hands or just anything. You know, technique can always show you how to put something down and it's aesthetically pleasing to someone else, you know. But when you're creating from within, you know that that's not the message. Like, it's just not right, you know.
Yeah.
But,
so where do you see yourself, like, in the next coming years?
in the
next 5.
Next 5 years, or even.
Well, I'm looking at probably. I was going to retire in another couple of years at 62, but since I got this new rig and I'm loving it, I think I'm going to go on to 65. So 5 year. You know, it's funny you say that because I've always heard you always got to have a 5-year plan, and I've kind of lived my life thinking 5 years from now, even though I try to enjoy every day, each day. But I do know you need to think about where you're going to go. And 5 years from now, I'm hoping that, well, I know I will have grown even more in my skill level. And I'm hoping to, well, heck with you guys underneath me and the wind up underneath my wings now. I'm hoping with your level of promotion and things like that to go worldwide with everything. I would like to put my artwork on different products. You know, I like to sell the art.
I think that is a tremendous idea.
I'm sorry?
That's a tremendous idea.
Yeah, yep. I think that's another way some artists probably, that's just me thinking, don't think, they think about selling that piece. And I do want to sell that piece, but art, you see art on a whole lot of things, you know. Of course, we always see stuff on t-shirts, but you don't think about the ticket sales and the posters and all of those type of things when there's images there also. I'm in the beginning.
We got to kind of get down a little bit. We got like about 5 minutes. So
okay.
Yeah.
Well,
we can talk for hours.
We were playing it down.
We were playing it down. Oh, okay. I just don't want to.
Please continue.
Continue. That was
Sorry, I got you.
So that's so cool. So, okay, keep going.
I really do see your artwork all around the world, especially starting with Detroit, but all over. You know, even just with you traveling, but especially in Detroit, especially with jazz, especially with the resurgence of WJZZ and the power behind it. I really do see your artwork just, and that's why I think it's so fitting because you are the first official artist that we're interviewing, because it does feel like, you know, what am I thinking of? The tip of the iceberg, like kind of the ram.
Yeah.
So kind of, and I see that with your artwork. It's just, number one, I think what we need in Detroit, period, is love. I feel love coming with jazz and just with your work in particular, the lines, the movement. Even as I look on the screen, it looks like this treble clef song.
Whoops. What am I doing? What did I do? Whoops. We did something. I don't know what we did. Okay. I don't know what we did, but
sorry.
I'm sorry.
But yes, I'm excited. I'm excited to see you grow. Well, not even just technique wise, but just to see your brand grow in the next 5 years.
Yeah, yep. I am right now. Just it's been something I've been thinking about doing for the past year or so, and I do have a lot of pieces, but a jazz calendar is something that I'm in the beginning stages of just trying to pull off, and how I want to do it. I have the pieces, like I said, I got plenty of pieces to use as far as images go, but I'm hoping to do a jazz calendar. I want to have a lot of jazz narrative. You know how you look at a calendar and you'll see, shout outs to say like on this day Ella Fitzgerald was born or whatever, things like that. Talk about the different jazz clubs that are throughout the country. I would like that in the calendar. Sell the calendar, but in time, if it have the type of volume, begin to also advertise jazz venues and things like that across the country and across the world. Jazz is big in Paris, Japan, just all.
We're gonna be there. We got it. We got
Real
WJZZ.
quick, I want you to
got WJZZ.
Yeah,
You
and I
got
want you to go ahead real quick.
my
for the
wing.
viewers.
I'm hoping to you guys will just let me fly.
We will.
Oh, yeah.
You're gonna fly. So just for the viewers, I want you to go ahead so we know where to get in touch with you, your Facebook and your website for Nathan
Please.
Spratt.
Okay, the website again is Norma Nathan, two names. Norma Nathan put together, spell it all together. NormaNathan.com. That's the website. You can email me and get in touch with me at norma.nathanstudios, studios with an S. norma.nathanstudios@gmail. On Instagram, you can find me at Nathan. On Facebook, you can find me at Nathan Spratt. I'm the guy that lives in Grand Blanc. That's Nathan Spratt on Facebook.
Thank you, Nathan Spratt.
Thank you.
You're watching
Thank
Get
you.
Down and Dirty Talking Art with Debbie LaPratt, Calibri the artist. Next week, we'll have Mr. Ian Grant on.
Yeah.
Talk about creating from the belly.
Yeah, man, we just talked that brother up. That dude is something else.
Oh, I think we're. Are we done? Or
That's it. We're done.
Thank
We're
you.
done.
Oh
Thank
my God.
you.
I think we're done. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, it's been fun. I really appreciate you guys.
Be safe and keep
All
working.
right, thank you. Goodbye now.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.